Hello everyone, this is Veritaspub and today I'm doing something completely different. Anyway, if you're a regular viewer to my channel, this probably is not for you. This is a personal thing I have been studying for a long time, and since I ordered this book and I couldn't really find any reviews of it anywhere, I thought I'd make one. And to completely show that this is not about me but the book, I have my old t-shirt on, didn't do my hair, because it's not about me, it's about the book. So if you're a regular viewer, this is not about luxury watches, this is about spirituality. And I know a lot of people can't handle it, so I will put the comments on, review, simply because, in my opinion, this fella is one of the most spiritual people I ever encountered. His name is David Hawkins, and the book is the Book of Slides. Now, this is book number 10 in a series. I read the other 9 already, and this book has been out for about 2 years, and I really wanted to buy it, but there is an issue that many people who read Dr. Hawkins' books and order them online have been complaining about, that if you go to his website or his people website, Veritaspub.com, or was it .org? I don't know. If you do Veritaspub, you get there. You can get anything he ever recorded. So to all your needs, you can find anything you really like. So that's good. However, everything you buy, especially if you are from a foreign country, you pay like twice the amount of the book in postage. Now, I have asked this before. I don't really remember if I got a reply and what the answer was, but I think personally there is not really an excuse to sell a book for $50 and then ask $70 or $80 to get it sent over across the globe. I have people sending me stuff from the United States or from Australia for a lot cheaper than $60. So I don't know what the reason is. It's not like it comes in quicker, because you still have to wait a week or two or something. So yeah, I think that's something they really should address if they really want to sell more of his books or get his books the world more exposed to his work. Definitely try to find a way to handle this postage problem, because it's just it's a reason why people don't buy the books, right? Or why they download it or scan it or send it round, or yeah. So I think that calibrates as true, by the way. Anyway, so it's not a long review. I just wanted to say this book, I think it's definitely worth getting, because it's the last, in my opinion, the last true work of Hawkins. It has, it says Book of Slides. Honestly, I think there is a lot of words in there, which I love, but it's a lot of like this, right? So on the left side of the pages, you'll have like an introduction, and on the right side of the pages, it will explain what it is about. And that might go on for a few pages, which is great. The total amount of pages are 655. It's a tome, guys. Look, this is a normal size book, and this is the Book of Slides. So that gives you a bit of an idea. This is like a double A paper back stack. This is more or less the same size as something you lay in your printers if you run out of paper. It's more or less the same amount of size. Get it if you like Hawkins and you read everything about him. It's like what he said. It's like the vast atlas of his work. It doesn't have many pictures in it. It's got a lot of text. On the other hand, if you say, well, 655 pages is so much, but then again, there is a lot of these kinds of pages in there. So just a few lines on the one side and a short story on the other side. That is one page. So I think if they put it all underneath each other, you would get like a 350 page book. But it's fine. It reads nice. It's not very heavy. I'm not reviewing the book itself. I think, if you're into Hawkins, you know what it's all about. It's just nice to have all this loose ends you have, or not loose ends, but all these loose kinds of items and subjects he touches in his books together in one book, like some kind of dictionary, Hawkins dictionary, of finding all his most important teachings in one book, so you don't have to go over all the other books to find a certain place. I remember I spent like half an hour finding an article about essence versus perception, or perception versus essence, and I couldn't find it very quickly. And this just has a how do you call it again in English? Just like a list of all the subjects in the book, so you can immediately see where you have to go. That's more or less what I want to say about the book. The foreword, I mean, these people who got this book, who collected all this stuff together and compiled this book, did a wonderful job. I think it's truly nicely made. It's definitely worth the money. The book itself, the postage makes it kind of hard to make the decision, but the book itself is definitely worth it. The foreword, I must say, I have a bit of an issue with all the praising. I don't think Hawkins would be really care about all this praising in the first pages of the book, and I think truly spiritual people searching for more truth are not really waiting for a lot of extra praising to the man we already know is a very special person in the history of this planet. So that, I think, was not necessary, and I have a bit of a question mark with all the new stuff coming out. I see there is also a book coming out now. It's called The Map of Consciousness Explained, and that is, as far as I could see, not made by Hawkins but by the study group. Now, I'm not saying the study group is crap, because I think they're doing a good job. I think maybe they're a little bit too pink-glassed, and that book I probably will not get. I truly see that the Book of Slides is like the end of his work. It's like the whole everything. You get all the books and you end up with the Book of Slides, and that's it. So you can get the Book of Power versus Love, I think, is there. I bet those are great books. I just don't think they will explain more about the teachings of David, or get more consciousness about it. If you're really truly into the man himself, which he wasn't himself, because he always said he had to come back to the body. So yeah, if you're really interested in his personal life, there are several books you can read. Power versus Love, of course, which is just out. There is a book by Scott Jeffrey about Doctor of Truth, which is an interesting read, because he also made another book, Scott Jeffrey, and he was a devoted follower of Hawkins. He also made a book called Power versus Truth, and it was hard to find that book, but I got it here. Supposedly it also calibrates high, so that's interesting. But I always try to read the other side. You know, if you watch CNN, you have to watch Fox. If you watch Fox, you have to watch CNN. If you don't, you're just a pawn in a game. And there's nothing worse than following a wrong guru or spiritual person that you find out that is not what it is, or not anymore what it is. And this is what Hawkins warns about anyway. So why not read some criticism and make up your own mind, or calibrate it, or whatever you do to make that work for yourself. So this book, is it worth it? Absolutely. Get it, read it, especially if you got all the other books. If you only have Power versus Force, you might get this as an addition instead of all the other books, if you want to save money on postage. On the other hand, I think if you're truly a seeker of spiritual stuff, you can get at Amazon, you can get these books for a lot cheaper. I don't think the Book of Slides will get there quickly. So yeah, this is one you really have to get via the website itself. But again, I think it's very much worth it. And I mean, even if you use it as a coffee table book, you'll have a lot to discuss with some people who picks it up. It's like, hey, what's this? And recently, a few of my closest friends saw me reading this book, and they were, what, you're reading? So I gave them Power versus Force, sent them to some videos on YouTube about David Hawkins, in which he tells some stuff. And I infected a few other people with the truth and the spiritual path. So yeah, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Straight and narrow is the path. Waste no time. Thank you for watching, and shouty bye. Cheers. So where's the... there you are.